Now that you've seen how you can use the chatbot to write code for you, let's take a look at the coding environment we'll be using in this course to actually run code. In the next lesson, you see an environment that looks a bit like this. I want to highlight the main sections. The left portion is the navigation pane, which you can shut or reopen like this. This middle area is where you'll be able to write and run code. And over to the right is the video player. I'm going to very quickly run through a few features of this learning platform. Here's the play button, so please feel free to pause the video anytime you want to take a break or think over something or go experiment with the code. You can also control the speed of the video under settings. So if you think I'm talking too slowly, speed me up. You can move this video to picture-in-picture. This middle tab also lets you control the size of the coding region versus a video player. Let me get rid of the picture-in-picture. Oh, and this little arrow is another way to trigger picture-in-picture. So it pops up picture-in-picture, and then to bring back the video, that little arrow there. Let me close the left navigation pane and let's focus on this coding environment here in the middle. This coding environment is called a Jupyter Notebook. It's the exact same coding environment that many professional programmers and data scientists use day to day. But don't worry, we'll learn one step at a time how to use these tools. You may remember that in the last lesson, we used the chatbot. So click this chat button to pop this up. All right, says, well, I'd like to see the code. Yes. And so here's the code. And now I'm going to click this button to copy the code. And then let's close the chatbot. And if I want to run the code, I'm going to go to this coding environment, click my cursor here, and then I'm going to hit Command V or Control V, depending on your operating system, to paste the code that I just copied out of the chatbot. And now I'd like to go through what's probably the single most important command in a Jupyter Notebook, which is Shift-Enter. So press and hold Shift, and while holding down Shift, and then I'm going to hit Enter, and it runs this line of code, and so it says, "Hello world." In the next lesson, we'll actually get a lot more practice on how to run code like you just saw me do, and I will invite you to try copy pasting some code and then running Shift Enter yourself. There's one thing to note here. This platform will save your work only for 2 hours. So if you stop a lesson before the end and come back to finish it more than 2 hours later, the notebook will have reset and you have to start at the top and run all the cells again, but that's fine too. This short course consists of a number of different videos or a number of different lessons, which are indicated here in this left navigation bar. I recommend you take these lessons one at a time and in order. When you finish watching each video all the way to the end, you get a green check mark next to each of these lessons in turn. And when you turn all of these into check marks, or when this progress turns into 100%, that's when you've finished the lesson. I would also love to get any feedback you have on this course, which you can share with us by clicking on the course feedback link down here in the lower left. So that's it for this learning platform. I hope you remember the most important command I said just now, which is Shift-Enter. Let's go on to the next lesson where you start to run your own computer program.